Hi everyone, I'm 𝗚𝗏 𝗗𝗵, Operations Supervisor at 𝗚𝗏 Group Shipping. Joined today by my colleague Andy Robinson, who's European Team Leader. Today we're going to be discussing an important and often misunderstood part of shipping duty suspended goods, which is the excise movement guarantee. At its core, the movement guarantee is a financial safeguard required by authorities whenever you're moving excise goods, such as alcohols, fuels and tobacco, under duty suspension. It ensures that if goods don't reach their intended destination, or if something goes wrong during the process, that the excise duties and potential taxes are covered.
It acts as a form of insurance or safety net for the authorities, but also for businesses. It's about remaining compliant every step of the way. It provides financial protection for all parties involved and businesses of all sizes, particularly smaller businesses who would otherwise struggle to meet these complex obligations on their own. The type of goods we deal with under a movement guarantee are usually heavily regulated and often high-value items, such as beer, wines and spirits, fuels and tobaccos. Perfumes and colognes also fall under excise goods.
As Andy says, we often work with whisky producers and distilleries moving both case goods and bulk shipments. We also support traders of fuels and importers of wine moving their shipments in bulk also. These are businesses that rely on smooth, compliant logistics, and that's where we come in. Pre-Brexit, it was relatively simple. A single EMCS would cover a full movement within the EU thanks to the single market, but that all changed overnight.
That change now means that despite still using the same system as our European counterparts, a UK movement guarantee is only valid within Great Britain and Northern Ireland. For example, a wine importer from Italy, pre-Brexit, would have often relied on one single excise document which would have been created by their European counterparts. All they had to do was receipt in the goods. Now, however, a second document is required when the goods reach the UK port of arrival. This is input into the UK EMCS system, and that's where a UK movement guarantee comes in.
And for businesses trading with the EU, that's a big adjustment. We help facilitate trade by managing these requirements and ensuring that everything is handled in a compliant, efficient way. On the import side, we manage the full process. We ensure that everything is done correctly from the customs entry all the way through to the delivery, including all documentation, making sure that it follows all correct regulations and meets HMRC compliance.
On the export side, while the EMCS itself must be created by the producer or the excise warehouse, we still assist with other customs requirements such as export entry in T1, which is often parts clients find most challenging.
We also have our own approved excise warehouses throughout the UK that allow us to receipt EMCS documents, consolidate export consignments and ship out goods under our own movement guarantee. It's a streamlined solution.
To simplify the process and mitigate risks, the key is our dedicated team. These are specialists who work with excise goods every day and know the rules inside and out. It's about being diligent, making sure the details are right and mitigating all risks.
There's a lot of risk involved with these goods from a logistical, financial and legal perspective, so we put a lot of focus in ensuring that nothing slips through the cracks for our clients. A large portion of our movement guarantee business comes from freight forwarders and agents, both in the UK and overseas. They face the same issues that importers and exporters do, and they rely on us also.
We work with many freight forwarders and other overseas agents. These relationships become collaborative and we offer flexible options. We're always happy to have those conversations. The best advice would be to speak to us. Our dedicated team can look at what you're trying to do and whether a movement guarantee may or may not be required.
Absolutely. If anyone is unsure whether a movement guarantee is required or not, just reach out. We'll remove the guesswork and make sure that you're compliant.
I'm Andy Robinson, European Team Leader at 𝗚𝗏 Group Shipping.
I'm 𝗚𝗏 𝗗𝗵, Operations Supervisor at 𝗚𝗏 Group Shipping.